Hey, it's Michael J. And a month ago, I did a video about my top 10 favorite musicals of all time. And I realized after I finished it that all of the musicals were from what we call the Golden Age, the 40s, 50s, and 60s for the most part. And I got to thinking, well, we're in the 21st century now. We've had 25 years. And I think I counted up 38 musicals in the 21st century that were released theatrically in movie theaters. And I've been to see them all. So I thought, well, let's do a top 10 list of the 21st century movie musicals. I think I counted up 38 musical movies made since 2000. And I've picked 10 that I think are the best of them all. So let's count down to my number one best musical of the 21st century. Number 10, Mamma Mia. Am I a huge Mamma Mia fan? No. But I do think it's the best of the Juke Box musicals from Broadway, and it's been turned into a really fun movie with a great cast. And let's face it, the ABBA music just makes you feel good. Mary Poppins Returns. I was pleasantly surprised with how thoughtfully made was this new musical sequel to Walt Disney's Mary Poppins, directed by Rob Marshall. It's very original, while keeping with the style of the original film. The fun cameos, the live-action animated world blend, the vast sense of imagination, and the nostalgia inherent in a movie like this just all works. The musical numbers are very effective, though I think the bicycle number feels out of place to the period of the story. I saw this movie on the big screen and left it with a big smile in my heart. Watching it a second time on a TV screen, it was so evident to me how important seeing this movie in a theater really was. All of these movies were made for the big screen and should be seen on the biggest screen possible, especially Moulin Rouge. This Baz Luhrmann directed musical, made up of a grab bag of songs, is a visual feast. The art direction is stunning. There's plenty of dancing, and the leads, Ewan McGregor and Nicole Kidman, were a revelation as performers when this first came out. Number 7, Hairspray. Some think that the film version of this hit Broadway show cleaned it up too much, sort of taking the John Waters edge out of it. Perhaps, but this doesn't ruin anything for me. The way the musical numbers are handled, along with the look of the sets and costumes, made me feel like the grand old golden age of movie musicals was back. There was also something nice about having John Travolta back for another musical, as we remember him from one of the most successful film musicals of all time, Grease. Another interesting point is that this movie came out while the Broadway show was still running, and sales for the Broadway show actually went up. In the old days, film versions of Broadway shows were not to be released until the Broadway show closed for fear that the movie would kill Broadway business. But Hairspray proved that the film version could actually help sell tickets to Broadway. Number 6, Steven Spielberg's take on West Side Story. The songs are all there again with a new script by Tony Kushner. This project felt like it was going to be controversial. Like, why remake something that was already an 11-time Oscar-winning classic? However, I like this version just as much as the original and appreciate the very thoughtful changes made to the story. The musical numbers are equally as lovely and exciting, and the new cast is really perfect. Unlike the older film, the leads actually sing for themselves in this one.
A miracle would happen. I know now I was right. For here you are, and what was just a world, there's a star tonight.
Number 5, The Color Purple. I was really surprised at how good this turned out. I find it to be an improvement over the stage show, and was really impressed with the way the musical numbers were staged, often in a surreal way. I walked away from this movie feeling completely satisfied. Number 4. Dreamgirls. The original production was praised for Michael Bennett's streamlined staging of a story that took place both on stage and backstage over many years and many locations. A movie could easily achieve those transitions through editing, so Dreamgirls was a natural for film treatment. I think the material was just perfectly handled. It's kind of amazing that a film version of the show from 1982 would get a green light for a movie version in 2006, but I'm glad it did. Surprisingly, the success of the film didn't inspire a new Broadway revival. I think we're overdue for that. Number 3. In the Heights from 2021 didn't take as long to get to the screen from its 2005 Broadway success. Like The Color Purple, here's a great example of some really inventive staging of the musical numbers that use the medium of the movies to its best advantage. Number 2. Chicago. This never would have happened if the revival of Chicago wasn't such a big hit and still going strong. Broadway choreographer Rob Marshall got his big chance with this project and made the best movie musical of a Broadway show the world had seen in a long, long time. Launching his career as a movie director, but he's also become the 21st century's most prolific maker of movie musicals. It's also fun to see Richard Gere singing and dancing in the movies since he started out on Broadway. Rob Marshall takes a lot of inspiration from the Cabaret movie directed by Bob Fosse. The two films share a recognizable aesthetic, not to mention sharing the Kander and Ad composing team. Number 1. I give the prized top position to the most recent movie musical, Wicked. I'm still a tad miffed that it's being stretched out into 2 full-length, rather long movies, but I was hooked right away and engaged from start to finish. The art direction is phenomenal. The costumes are fantastic. Well, anything set in the Land of Oz offers a costume designer an opportunity to let their imagination go wild. The Broadway show has a huge fan base, and I think the movie version more than satisfied everyone's hopes and dreams for this particular musical to be handled with loving care.
The wizard who should be afraid of me.
And that's my top 10 list. I'm sure there's something I forgot or something you would have put in the list. Tell me in the comments below. I'd be really interested to know what you thought the best musicals were. I mean, maybe you're one of these people who actually liked the Cats movie. I don't know. Hey, and coming up pretty soon in the future, I'm going to do another top 10 list of movie musicals, but this area that I have not discussed at all, which is from 1970 to the end of the 1990s. Now, most of the musicals of the 1990s were Disney animated films, and I'm putting that in a whole different category. So we're talking about live action musicals where people sing their feelings and dance their feelings on the big screen. And so we'll focus on the 70s and the 80s with a nod to the 90s in the next video that I do on this subject. Thanks for watching.